How do you isolate the variable using inverse operations in algebra? Imagine trying to find out what a mystery number is in a puzzle. You know some clues about it, but you need to do some work to get it alone. That's what solving for a variable in algebra is all about. When you see an equation with a letter like x, it's like a puzzle piece hiding somewhere. To find out what that piece is, you need to undo whatever has been done to it. That's where inverse operations come in. They are like the opposite actions that cancel each other out. Think of addition and subtraction as best friends who undo each other. The same goes for multiplication and division. To isolate the variable, you perform these inverse actions step by step, just like peeling layers off an onion until only the variable remains. First, look at the equation and see what's been done to the variable. For example, if you see something like 4 times x minus 3 equals 13, you notice that the variable is multiplied by 4 and then 3 is subtracted. To undo this, you start with the last operation that was done. Since 3 was subtracted, you add 3 to both sides of the equation. This keeps everything balanced because whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Now the equation becomes 4 times x equals 16. Next, you undo the multiplication by dividing both sides by 4. This step cancels out the 4 times x, leaving just x on one side. When you divide 16 by 4, you get 4. So the value of x is 4. Remember, if the variable was added to a number, you subtract that number from both sides. If it was multiplied, you divide. If it was divided, you multiply. This process works for simple equations and more complex ones involving powers or roots. For example, if you have an equation with a square root, you use a square to undo it, and vice versa. The key is to always do the inverse operation that reverses what was done to the variable, and to do it on both sides of the equation. By following these steps carefully, you can solve for the variable in any linear equation, making algebra less intimidating and more manageable.